hello, I like your smile. Welcome, yes, welcome to class 702. Yeah, 702. So, we have 99 classes left. 99. Yes. And when we finish the class today, we'll have only 98 classes left until we reach class number 800. After that, no promises. No promises. Claro, se dice no. Nada de promesas, se dice en español. No promises. Don't make promises you can't keep. No hagas promesas que no puedes guardar. No, no se guardan las promesas. Se cumplen. No hagas promesas que no puedes cumplir. To keep a promise is guardar una promesa y cumpliéndola. Don't make promises you can't keep. Don't make promises you can't keep. All right, él está continuamente preguntándome por ti. Otra vez keep. He keeps on asking me about you. Yeah, he says, yeah, Marta, he says, oye, ¿qué tal Marta? I think she's okay. The next morning, oye, ¿qué tal Marta? ¿La has visto? No, yeah, I saw her. Yeah, she's fine, I think. Yeah, she's fine. Yeah, she's making a living as a photographer. She's a very good photographer for little children. If you have children and you want to have incredible photographs, just incredible photographs, wow, qué pedazo de foto. O de fotos, porque hace 80,000 por cada niño. Con un attrezzo, better than this, better than me. Well, you have to find Marta. But él está continuamente, no para, preguntándome por ti. He keeps asking me about you, or he keeps on. They are practically the same. To keep on, más gerundio, or keep, sin on, más gerundio. He keeps on, he keeps asking me. Sin el on parece un poco más pesado. Joder, no para de preguntarme por ti. He keeps asking me about, he keeps on asking me about you. Preguntar por alguien, oye, ¿qué tal Manolo? Is to ask about. To ask for is pedir. Manolo. Pedir a Manolo, no. To ask about. To ask about. O sea, preguntar acerca de. Tiene sentido. To ask about Manolo. To ask about. He keeps asking me about you. Yeah. He keeps asking me about you. About you. Primo lejano de Carmenchu. About you. Acerca, sobre ti. Acerca de ti. About you. He keeps asking me about you. All right. El comité está compuesto por 7 miembros. The committee is made up of 7 members. Made up of. The committee is made up. What's the makeup of the committee? ¿Cuál es el maquillaje del comité? The makeup? No, makeup, todo junto. Makeup significa composición. O sea, realmente lo que es una composición de productos químicos para la cara. The makeup, el maquillaje, makeup. Now, to be made up of, compuesto de o compuesto por, is composed of. For example, it says, el comité está compuesto por 7 miembros. All right. You could say, el comité lo constituye 7 miembros. El comité is composed of. It's correct English too. It's composed of 6 members. Or there are 7, no? Yeah, there are 7 members on the committee. On, not in the committee. Curioso. There are 7 members on the committee. The committee is made up of 7 members. How many members is the committee made up of? Made up of. La P de up, manda aquí. Made up of. The committee's made up of. La D de made up of. Made up of. The committee is made up of 7 members. Tenemos que recuperar el tiempo perdido. We have to make up for the lost time. We've lost 30 minutes. We have to make up for lost time. Yes, we need to make up for lost time. To make up for is recuperar. También es to make up for es enmendar una cosa mal hecha. To make up o Si eres los sentimientos de alguien sin querer, ¿cómo te lo puedo enmendar? ¿Cómo te lo puedo compensar? ¿Qué hago? What can I do to make up for it? I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I didn't mean that. The last thing in the world I want to do is to hurt your feelings. I'm really sorry. What can I do to make up for it? What can I do? What can I? Can I? What can I do to make up for it? To make up for. O sea, realmente recuperar la relación. O sea, compensar, enmendar, reparar, to make up for. What can I do to make up for it? Pero también make up for es recuperar tiempo perdido en este caso. We need to make up for lost time. All right, ¿cómo puedo compensar la pérdida? Otra vez, how can I make up for the loss? The loss, L-O-S-S. Una pérdida, a loss. Fue una gran pérdida. It was a big loss. How can I make up? How can we? ¿Cómo podemos? No, how can I? How can I? Can I? How can I make up? Tienes que practicar estas cosas. How can I? How can I? How can I? How can I do it? How can I go? How can I see? How can I make up for the loss? How can I make up for the loss? Decídete. Make up your mind. Come on, yes or no? Make up your mind. Oh, I can't make up my mind. I'm having trouble. Me está costando. I'm having trouble making up my mind. I can't decide. I can't make up my mind. Come on, be more decisive. Be more resolute. Be strong. Make decisions. Don't be afraid. Make up your mind. But I can't make up my mind. I don't know what to do. Well, then do eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. This one, okay. Make up your mind. All right, make up your mind. No creo que vayan a reconciliarse. O sea, hacer las paces. I don't think they're going to make up. No creo que vayan a reconciliarse. I don't think they're going to make up. I don't think they are going to make up. Let's make up. Si yo te digo, let's make up, es una forma de una relación afectiva. Hagamos las paces. Reconciliemos. Let's make up. Yes. Hay una expresión súper utilizada. Besaos y hacer las paces. Kiss and make up. Come on, Jimmy, Janet, come on. Kiss and make up. I don't want to. Kiss and make up. Come on. You guys are made for each other. Estáis hechos el uno para el otro. Come on, you're made for each other. You guys are made for each other. Come on, kiss and make up. To make up es reconciliarse. Lo siento, ¿cómo te lo puedo enmendar? I'm sorry, how can I make it up to you? Otra forma, how can I make up for it? How can I make up for it? How can I make it up to you? The same thing. La diferencia es que aquí incluyo you. El otro se entiende. Lo siento, ¿cómo lo puedo reparar? Aquí no he dicho cómo te lo puedo reparar. How can I make up for it? Ahora sí, incluyo te. ¿Cómo te lo puedo reparar? Todo cambia. How can I make up for it? No, how can I make it up to you? Toma. How can I make it up to you? I'm really sorry. How can I make it up to you? Tell me what I have to do. I'll go to... Caminaré sobre las rodillas a Lourdes. I'll go to Lourdes. I'll go to Fatima in Portugal. How can I make it up to you? What can I do to make it up to you? Also, you can say to compensate. You don't need to remember make up for it, nor make it up to you. Simply compensate. How can I make it up to you? Tenemos que despedir a 200 trabajadores. Wow. We have to lay off 200 workers. To lay off, lay. To lay the pencil on the table. Es colocar de forma tumbada, es to lay. All right. To lay the table. Los británicos para poner la mesa. to lay the table. The Americans say to set the table, conjuntar, to set the table. To lay, but to lay off is despedir por motivos económicos, no por motivos disciplinarios o parecido. That's to fire, to sack. The British say to sack, but the British also say to fire. To hire, contratar, to fire, despedir. Fuera, echar, is to fire. Now, to lay off is por acomodación de plantilla. Perhaps for economic reasons or something. The company decides to lay off los eres y los ERTES. ERTE is temporary, a temporary layoff. But a layoff is un ERE. Expediente de Regulación de Empleos, a layoff plan. All right, tenemos que despedir a 200 trabajadores. We have to lay off 200 workers. We're going to lay them off next week. We're going to lay them off. Lay them off. We're going to lay them off next week. No atropelles al pobre perro. Don't run over the poor dog. To run over. To run into is chocar contra, a collision. To run into or encontrarse casualmente con alguien que conoces, anda, to run into. But to run over is por encima. Over, to run over is atropellar. Don't run over the poor dog. My God. The dog. Richard, have you ever run over a dog? Once, driving from Tulsa to Oklahoma City. I remember. I was driving down the highway probably at 120 kilometers an hour. And suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a dog start to run across the highway. It was impossible. There's nothing I could do. And I ran over it. I think the dog probably entered between. It was so quick that only the back wheels ran over the dog. And in the mirror, I could see the poor dog. Yeah. But I continued driving. Don't run over the poor dog. El niño huyó de casa. The child ran away from home. The child ran away from home. To run away. To run away. To run away from. If the child is unhappy at home, the child perhaps may run away. To run away from home. To run away. Okay, gain fluency, my friends. This new book, one of the new books. This book is for memorizing the paragraph you and repeating the paragraph aloud at least 10 times. Trying. There's a secret. Imagine you are speaking to 1,000 people. Sin micrófono. You're speaking to 1,000 people. And intenta, how do you say? Casi como la oratoria. Declamar los párrafos aquí. Son párrafitos. They're very short, very easy to memorize. Y luego los declamas 10 veces. And bam. And then go on to the next paragraph. Okay. Paragraph number 10. Paragraph number 10. It doesn't make much sense. She doesn't have any experience in that kind of work. The fact that they promoted her to marketing manager is a mystery to me. It doesn't make much sense. It doesn't make much sense. Mucho sentido no tiene, eh? No tiene mucho sentido. It doesn't make much sense. Yeah. She doesn't have any experience in that kind of work. She doesn't have any experience. Nada experiencia tiene en ese tipo de trabajo. She doesn't have any experience. She doesn't have. Got him. It doesn't make sense. Yes, doesn't dos veces aquí. A propósito, I want you to say doesn't in the third person singular 1,000 times. It doesn't make much sense. She doesn't have any experience in that kind of work. The fact that they promoted her to marketing manager is a mystery to me. The fact that they promoted her, el hecho de que la promocionaran, o la promocionaron, de verdad, to marketing manager, Responsable de marketing. Me es un misterio. Is a mystery to me. She doesn't have any experience in that kind of work. It doesn't make much sense. So, it doesn't make much sense. She doesn't have any experience in that kind of work. The fact that they promoted her to marketing manager is an experience, is a mystery to me. ¿Ves? No tengo menos one, except for one mistake, I memorized it. It doesn't make much sense. It doesn't make much sense. I mean, she doesn't have any experience in that kind of work. She doesn't. The fact that they promoted her to marketing manager is a mystery to me. The fact that they promoted her to marketing manager. Manager. The fact that they promoted her to marketing manager is a mystery to me. And so here you can listen to this. Of course, you can listen to it. You download the audio, and you can listen to me say this paragraph. Try to emulate my intonation and connectivity. Is a mystery to me. And then say it yourself, memorize it, read it aloud, and then try to memorize it and start saying it. It doesn't make much sense. She doesn't have any. Hacen los gestos necesarios. Come on. Para hacerse con un dominio oral de un idioma, hay que hacer cosas más allá del sentido del deber. You have to do things beyond the call of duty. Beyond, más allá de la llamada del deber en inglés. Beyond the call of duty. So, it doesn't make much sense. It doesn't make much sense. She doesn't have any experience in that kind of work. The fact that they promoted her to marketing manager is a mystery to me. Huh? Don't you agree? Yeah, Marta agrees. Don't you, Carmencho? Don't you agree? Okay, paragraph number 11. They say that Spanish... I like this. I wrote this paragraph. This paragraph came out of my brain. They say that Spanish meal times aren't very healthy. But Spanish people live longer than most other nationalities, so I'm not going to change my habits. All right. When tourists come to Spain, probably the most surprising element, or so the most surprising thing, is lunch starts at 2 o'clock or 2:30. People can't believe it. People go to an American or a Brit comes here, and at 12 o'clock, 12:30, they go to the restaurant, it's closed. What? It doesn't open until 1:30. My God, in the United States at 1:30, the restaurants are empty because people have finished lunch. Lunch in the United States starts at 11 o'clock. If you go to McDonald's or Burger King, until 11 o'clock, it's breakfast menu. Starting at 11, it's the lunch menu. All right. And then dinner, people go to on the first day, an American couple, tourist couple, goes to the restaurant at 6:30. Oh, the restaurant's closed. It opens at 8:30. They can't believe it. So, they say, dicen, se dice por ahí, they say that Spanish meal times, las horas de las comidas, meal, escrito meal, meal. They say that Spanish meal times aren't very healthy. Muy sanos. Sanas las horas, o los horarios sanos. Aren't very healthy. But Spanish people live longer than most other nationalities. Que es verdad, además. So I'm not going to change my habit. Sorry. Pego el micrófono y se enfada. I'm not going to change my habits. No voy a cambiar mis costumbres. I'm going to continue having lunch at 2 o'clock and dinner at 9:30. All right? But this is true. Spanish people live longer than most other nationalities. The Japanese, the Italians, and the Spanish, I think, are the three number one. Why? Is it the meal times? Probably not. But the meal times are definitely not a problem. But Spanish people live longer. Probably the healthcare system and the family atmosphere of mutual protection and things. I don't know. They say that Spanish meal times aren't very healthy. But Spanish people live longer than most other nationalities. Mostaza. ¿Te gusta la mostaza o el most other? I prefer most other over mostaza. Most other. O sea, la fonética es igual que decir casi mostaza. Most other. La mayoría de las demás nacionalidades. Spanish people live longer than most other nationalities. Most other, la mayoría de otras nacionalidades. Most other, mostaza. Esa parte en medio, la fonética es idéntica a mostaza. Most other. But Spanish people live longer. They say that Spanish meal times aren't, una sola sílaba, aren't, no digas aren't very healthy, very con V, por favor. Aren't very healthy, but Spanish people live longer than most other nationalities. So, I'm not going to change my habits. All right? Good. One more. I know his name, but I don't know anything else about him. He got here this morning and he's been in a meeting with the president since then. The president. Okay. ¿Será el presidente o el presidente del consejo? El presidente del consejo se suele decir chairman, the chairman. But this says the president. Maybe it's the president of the United States. I know his name, but I don't know anything else about him. Imagine you're the secretary, the personal assistant of the president of the United States. And just outside of the Oval Office, you have your desk, and there's a person coming. Alfredo Vacas, con V. Alfredo Vacas. Okay. Who is Alfredo Vacas? I don't know. Good morning, Mr. Vacas. Yes. The president is waiting for you, please. And Mr. Vacas goes into the meeting. 30 minutes, 1 hour, my God, an hour and a half. Who is this Vacas guy? Who's Vacas? Who is he? 2 hours, 3 hours, and my God, I wonder what's going on in that room with the President of the United States and Alfredo Vacas. Okay, she's laughing. All right, hago real, ¿verdad? Okay, se dice, I know his name, Alfredo Vacas, I know his name, but I don't know anything else about him. He got here this morning, llegó aquí esta mañana, he got here this morning, and he's been in a meeting with the president since then, desde entonces, reunido. Wow, it's a mystery. Yeah, all right. So, Mr. Vacas, it's a mystery. Aquí terminamos with this book. Gain fluency. Memorize that paragraph. It's a very short paragraph. Son dos frases. No, son tres. No, son dos. I know his name, but I don't know anything else about him. No sé nada más sobre él. I know his name, but I don't know anything else about him. He got here this morning and has been in a meeting with the president since then. Okay. So, English grammar. Oh, this is heavy, eh? I'm going to get strong, work my biceps, You can do this. I can work on my biceps and my biceps on both, and get stronger with this book. All right. English grammar. I'm only going through the table of contents only. This book has 465 pages, plus the index, plus the index. All right. It has a lot. This is the best book in the world as a reference material. Possessive adjectives, number 7, chapter 7. All right, possessive adjectives. My, his, her, your, their, our, its. Su hueso. El perro está con su hueso. The dog is with its bone. Estoy con mi hueso. I'm with my bone. You're with your bone. She's with her bone. He's with his bone. He is. Él está con su libro, digamos. Él está con su libro de él. He is with his. Yo aspiro a los H's aquí. With his. No aspiro al H en plena batalla, no. Aquí sí. He's, contracción de he is. Está con su libro. He's with his book. She's with her book. He's with her book. And I'm with my book, but I have to say goodbye. See you tomorrow.